is NPR, National Public Radio.
From studios at Montana State University Billings, this is KEMC and KBMC Bozeman, KECC Miles City, and KYPR Gillette.
And a good Friday evening to you, and welcome to Your Opinion, Please, where for the next 30 minutes approximately, we welcome your views and those of your neighbors on any subject that is on your mind that can be discussed in public. And of course, you'll have to decide that because we can't advise you up front. No prior restraint in this program. Six 657-2941 here in the Billings area, 1-800-441-2941. Outside of Billings, we have a caller from
Livingston.
Livingston, good evening. Bozeman, good evening. We have a caller on the line from
Helena.
Helena, good evening. Miles City, good evening. Glasgow, good evening. Lewistown, good evening. We have a caller on the line from
The Shields River Valley.
Shields River Valley, good evening.
Good evening. I'm wondering what your listeners prefer, a president who lies about his sex life or a president who lies about the reasons for invading another country.
We really have to make that choice, huh?
In order for us to continue using the Pledge of Allegiance, we need to change or delete any reference to God. For example, we could say one nation under many deities as opposed to one nation under God. That way it would reflect our many different diverse beliefs and our many different cultures, but still say that we are united.
Wouldn't that just offend everybody?
Offend everybody?
Under many deities, because everybody believes that their own God is the one true, don't they?
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. Well, then maybe what we do is just get... I was trying to do this so that everybody would be, happy, but maybe, I never thought of it that way.
We could choose Jefferson's words and say under one God or no God.
Well, that's true. That might work, too.
Helena, good evening.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Pretty well.
So I called you guys some years back and asked you if you could help me figure out what in the heck poetry was.
Oh, my.
Because I had been trying for years to figure out what poetry was, and based upon some suggestions that you guys had made, such as sang a whole lot with not very many words and things like that, I've been listening ever since and decided that that doesn't work either.
I have a question for the people. Can a representative democracy survive in America with the ongoing effort to eliminate reflection and deliberation as part of the legislative, judicial, educational, and social aspects of our country? Those two words increasingly are not part of the dialogue, reflection, and deliberation, and I don't believe personally that it can survive without them.
Thank you. Good question. People think about that, deliberation and reflection. I might amend his question. In a nation of 300 million people approaching, can we talk about democracy or can we strive for accountability? Is democracy a reasonable aspiration in a country of 300 million people as diverse as ours is?
Since your previous caller asked about poetry, a friend emailed me a haiku, which was, letters dabbled, frame on page a picture. Not too many, not too few.
Good.
I'm more or less a Democrat, but mostly I'm a free floater.
Yeah, independent, sure.
Well, not even truly independent, because there's a group that calls themselves independent.
Oh, really? Okay.
And
they're not organized. It's like Will Rogers once said, I'm not a member of any organized party. I'm a Democrat.
Oh, I like that.
Adlai Stevenson even came up better than that. He said the Democrats fight like cats, but fortunately, when the fight's over, there are more cats.
You read other things than I do.
People talk about, gee, I want to live in Montana, but I also want to get paid like I live in California.
living as we do and, in some sense, not seeing change take place is the only way that we're going to preserve our natural resources. Salt Lake, Denver, all the places that I knew that used to be separated by 20 miles from town to town, now it's one contiguous urban sprawl.
Yes.
And, living here in Bozeman, I live right next to developments where I've seen 400 acres go on houses just in the last 6 months. The only way to preserve Montana is really to, in some ways, keep it in the dark ages.
About a month ago, this lady called in who had gotten some food poisoning, and I hope she's feeling better now. Garlic helps if you do a lot of garlic, if you suspect food poisoning.
Garlic helps treat food poisoning?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, my, yes.
Hello, I was just commenting from our would-be poet friend. He might really kind of like limericks more than poetry.
Uh-huh. You cooking outdoors tonight?
Going to be soon. Soon as the little drizzle stops.
Because that's what I remember. When you first called this program, you were usually barbecuing at the time,
And then we float down the river and catch fish.
That's right.
You've actually had live trout caught on Your Opinion, Please. In fact, I was one of your first callers on this show.
You
and you
were
going by when you started, and I believe it was 1997 or 98.
Heavens. Really,
One of the
long?
first things you and me talked about was electric deregulation and the consequences we were going to have from this fleecing. But that isn't what I wanted to talk about.
The issues never change, do they?
No, they never do.
Montana, I think we call ourselves the treasure state, but the vast majority of Montanans don't realize that the main treasure left in the state that has not been plundered is intact natural landscapes and public lands.
Great Falls is growing, Bozeman is growing, Missoula, Kalispell. Every one of our cities is growing right now because people like to come here. And with these tax rates that they put on, it's going to be one heck of a burden on the people that are building houses.
The smoking ban is once again reared its ugly head.
I'm kind of a Republican person. I support the president and all the Marines and Army and Navy and the Air Force.
I was calling to talk about the current immigration situation and how it affects the workforce.
We now have a bill that is going to be signed into law, which will declare harm to a fetus to be harm to a citizen or a person.
Please explain to me why we got in this war in the first place.
How angry do you get when you see that somebody is in court again for their 6th DUI? That makes me damn angry.
There's a lot of misinformation out there, and some of this misinformation is being put out there purposely.
I had such a good day being back in my classroom with my children, and I had enjoyed my profession so much today. And I wanted to thank you for making me stretch my mind. I listen to you as often as I can. Keep it up.
I wanted to let you know that I had gotten a book on poetry, and I was reading it, and I would make a good faith effort to figure out what the hell poetry... I'm sorry, I can't say that on the air.
You can't, you did already, that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. What the heck poetry is, what I'm hoping to do is to increase my own knowledge of the world, and never realized that poetry itself might be able to bring all that into focus.
Yep.
So I'm having a lot of fun, and I'll be in touch.
Thank you.
I think the most crucial thing about being human on the earth is that you must remember we are completely interdependent. And part of the creation of this country had to do with recognizing that. It is our collective duty to watch out for each other rather than swearing at each other and calling each other liberals or conservatives or whatever it is we have to use as a pejorative.
But it's so much fun.
Good evening. May I change the subject?
Go ahead.